We have the joy and the curse
Yes.
of playing D&D together as a married couple.
Mm-hmm.
And it comes with its highs and lows, and we're just gonna chat about it.
Yep. Yeah, just have a chat.
Yeah.
See what we come up with.
So we are Lore, Love, and Loot. I'm Emry.
And I'm Tyler.
And we are a married couple that plays a lot of games, board games, RPG games, video games. Yeah. And today we're just gonna chat about what life is like for us playing D&D together.
Yeah, playing games together.
So we've played D&D together for, I think, what did we decide, 15 years?
I keep saying it's been 7 years, but I think I just don't change
years
it all the time. But
it's,
yeah.
So we've been playing together for about 15 years.
I think it's about 15 years.
Yeah. For the majority of those, you have been my DM.
Yes.
We've switched it around a couple times. I think I've DM'd you at 3 separate tables.
Yeah, you've run a few different campaigns, and I got to be a player, which was great. You got to get in the DM seat, so that's been fun.
Yes, but I think our norm is you as the DM and me as the player. That's where our long-term campaigns lie. Yeah,
we've even played in a few games together. Very small amounts. They were we did a West Marches kind of style group for a little while,
and then another one that
we
was
did maybe like 2 sessions that we played together with for a little bit. And,
wild.
Yeah.
I don't even know how I would act with you as another player at the table.
And we did have one other game as well. Yeah, it was a campaign. It didn't go too long. Yeah. But it was a game with rotating players a little bit. I think we had maybe 2 sessions. I think where we crossed paths. Yeah. So not a lot of playing together as both players. Yeah. But hopefully one day it'd be interesting to be a player with you.
Right.
That would be interesting.
Roll some dice together. Yep. I think we should build characters that are X's.
Oh my goodness. There could be some fun with coming up with some kind of combination with the backstory that we're rivals or something. Yeah. And there could be a lot of fun with that. Yeah.
That'd be great. I think the biggest concern that comes around with like a married couple at the table, especially in the DM in the power seat and the player in the other seat, is the concept of favoritism.
Yeah.
Either you giving me more loot or letting me get away with crazy stuff.
Yeah. Oh my goodness. You see so many forums online and so many things where it's, this pair, I can't stand them. The DM always gives their spouse everything. Yeah. And
I think we swing probably further the other direction.
It has. Yeah. And it's funny how I never saw it necessarily from my end. I was aware of that situation and never wanted to step into it. That I think I swung just a little the other way.
I think you were harder on me than most of the players at the table in terms of me asking if I could try something or do something or maybe not giving as much loot or things like that. Like it never bothered me, and it was barely an iota of me needing to notice it, but I did notice it eventually. I think we talked about it.
We did. I remember it.
We talk about most things.
Yeah. Well, it's part of that debriefing, right? Of like, hey, I noticed this, and when you pointed it out, I went no, and the more I thought about it, eventually I went, maybe, it did go a little bit the other way as I was being. I think it was subconscious probably, but it was going. I don't want to do it this way. Yeah. So I just ended up a little further the other way.
And it didn't even bother me. Like, I think I brought it to you more out of humor than anything. Because it wasn't like, you're not letting me have all the big loops. Like, it was more of a, did you notice
this?
Yeah. Because honestly, I would prefer it swing that way too. I would rather you be harder on me at the table than anybody walk away from our table being like, ugh. Yeah, did you see that he let her do that crazy thing? She had 3 turns in combat. Like, you know what I mean?
But you also want to. It's great. I'm glad you said it because I wouldn't want to be showing any favoritism to anybody at the table, right? You might have different things happen for different players depending on experience or something like that. But once the game's going, I want it to be fair. I'd like the loot to be fair and everything. And even with that being said, I've started tracking things like how many items did I give to this person or that person. So I've taken it to heart, and not that it, again, needed a giant change. No. But enough so that I want to make sure that I'm keeping an eye on those things a little bit.
Yeah, that's fair. Yeah, I don't think it comes up anymore, and you're very careful about it. Yeah. But I think, a big thing is that you and I talk about D&D a lot.
Yes.
And our games a lot. Yep. And that was something that was brought up. That's probably one of the other downfalls, though, is it's hard to talk to each other about. Yeah. Especially when one of us is in the DM seat, which is almost always in our games.
Yes.
Like you've mentioned, you can't tell your spouse anything.
No, because there's just a certain dynamic at the table, right? If we were both players, we could easily, share notes, or we could say, what did you think about that scene or that moment, or hey, what can our characters do? Like, you can collaborate. In a sense, you can't really collaborate too much as a DM and a player in that regard.
Hey, Emry, I made this really cool item. You gotta check it out.
Oh, I wish.
Nope,
right?
Because it's somewhere hidden in the world for me to find. Yeah.
And oh man, that comes up, enough times too, or it's the backstory things, or you give me something from your backstory, or I give you a secret, and I'm like, but I want to talk about the cool thing that eventually, hopefully, we'll get there when you do this thing, right? So it's tough. Or even the things I've created for the other players, I don't want to ruin it for you at the same time, right? I don't want to ruin the surprise, ruin the suspense, and make your experience any less than anyone else's. Yeah. Because I've spilled this thing to you.
Which I very much appreciate.
Yeah.
But it does make it hard, because we can't, I want to tell things to my spouse that I'm excited about. And when you can't, it's for the best reason. Yeah. It's hard.
Yeah, it is.
I know.
We have a lot of fun talking about the game and the game after our sessions, and then sometimes it's the next day. We've had time to kind of think about it and go, hey, what do you think of that moment? Or those things in the mechanics and stuff. Those are usually easy enough to talk about. Yeah. Those are okay. And we do that often enough. Well, how did you like how that played out, or the new rule that I used, or the new something like that. We debrief about those all the time. But anything to do with the actual things in the game, I've got to find someone else to do that debriefing with.
And that's what I'm going through right now, is that I'm starting planning a new campaign, and he's going to be one of my players at the table. And so as I am planning and brainstorming and getting all this stuff out, if I need help or if I have a question, I can't go to you with that. And you are one of the two most knowledgeable people I know about D&D. And so it's hard. I have to go to the other person. Because although he's also a player at my table, so I'm just like, I have to go to the internet.
Good luck, yes.
Yes. Yeah. And not that I have that many questions. I've done this before. But there's always something that is like maybe nice to like run by someone. And you and I were talking about, session 0 and game system and like starting the game. And I have this whole crazy idea for how to start mine. And I can't run it by you. I can't bounce the idea off of you. And so it's tough.
Well, and in my brain thinking like, I want to know because now you're excited about this thing, and I want to share that excitement with you because it's good to keep that fuel going with that excitement. But I can't. Well, I shouldn't ask because if you accidentally spill it too, then now I've got this knowledge the other players don't. Yeah. Some of that excitement that you want to reveal this thing could be lost now for me too. Yeah. And then even between us, because you're like, oh, he already knows, so it's only exciting for the other couple of players.
Right. So you keep it a secret, but it's not always fun that way. Yeah, and I guess you and I mean, we've said it multiple times now in this episode, we talk about D&D.
Yeah, absolutely.
But I don't know how other players do this, because I only know my own life experience and life with you, but after a game, I go home and talk about it.
Yeah.
And so that was cool when it was a table that wasn't yours.
Yes.
But sometimes our debriefs can get a little messy.
Yeah.
And we were even just talking about this in preparing for the episode of how we're going to maybe move forward with this, because I come out from the game and I have opinions and thoughts that I, Emry, would like to share with my spouse, Tyler.
Yes.
Not that I, player Emry, need to share with my DM, Tyler.
It's thinking about those different hats that you have. And we talked about this, like you said, just before we were recording, but we kind of decided that maybe it would be a good idea to try to separate those two in a little bit more of a mechanical way, or whatever you want to call it, but where it's, okay, I'm, wife hat at this moment, and I'm going to share some feelings that I had about the game that I want to just, don't worry about trying to solve this in the moment. I don't have to fix this. It's just hey, I want you to know this thing as a spouse. Yeah. Right. And then being able to go, okay, take that hat off, put the other hat on, and now I am your player, and hey, I have questions about that thing that happened.
Yeah.
Can I get some clarification? Or,
I got a little fired up a couple weeks ago about something that happened and had a little bit of a rant. Yeah. I mean, Tyler knows this about me, but you guys don't. I'm a slightly emotional person.
Sure.
And
comes up once in a while.
Something had me fired up that night. And he came upstairs after the game and he was like, hey, and I was like, and it was very much like from wife to husband. This thing happened and it has me fired up. And it definitely came off. I, player, am complaining about this thing to my DM. Fix it.
Yeah.
And that was not the scenario we needed at all. So after some chatting and figuring out, we were able to sort it out. But I definitely went, oh, oops.
Yep.
I maybe shouldn't have done that. But in the heat of the moment, I was needed to talk to you, my husband.
Just got mixed together as a singular conversation. That would be good if it was split up a little bit.
Yes.
Yeah.
So yeah, we're going to try that moving forward. If there's any other spouses that play D&D out there, if you have any tips or tricks for us differentiating, let us know in the comments. We're really lucky to get to play together. I don't know.
Absolutely.
And for it to be like two of our main hobbies. I mean, we both have separate hobbies as well, but we always come back to gaming together. Yeah,
it's something that we've shared for the majority really of our marriage. It started really early. The role-playing games, really not too far into it, where we decided let's do this.
That came before our kids.
Yeah, absolutely. Right. And so, we've been sharing that for a long time, and through thick and thin and ups and downs and campaigns and things moving around, and still both enjoying it. And, a little bit of what I like, rubbing off on you, and a little bit of like you like, rubbing off on me. And, our separate worlds colliding and coming together as well.
And if you want to check out one of our videos that's heavy on communicating with players or spouses at your table, we just did an episode on playing D&D with ADHD. I've recently been diagnosed, which has made a lot of things make a lot of sense.
Yes.
And how that has affected our play at the table. So check that one out. Otherwise, we will see you next time.
Bye.
Well, that's the order I had. 1, 2, 3.
Oh, you put numbers. They're not in the order with this.
No.
Okay.
I just wrote them down as my brain came up with them.
Yes.
Okay.